Good morning. We have got Caulfield tomorrow on the 14th of February, and the autumn carnival is hotting up. So let's have a look here now at Caulfield Race 4. This is a Blue Diamond Prelude that's coming up. I just want to explain something to you. You can see these horses here. The ratings are fairly obvious. Most of the horses are resuming from a spell or a let-up, and you can see the market's quite open because all of these horses have only had one or two starts. Now, you'll see these horses here have mostly got a 20-point penalty. Why would we apply a 20-point penalty? Okay, it's quite clear actually. For these horses, you'll notice that Pride of Dubai, Ice Flow, Call Me Anything, Brackenby, French Fighter, Stylish Assassin and so on have not won any races so far. Now, there's a huge advantage in horses having the experience, and these are these horses. One at its first start, one at its first start, one at its second start, one at its second start. So these are the ones that have proved it, they've got the race experience, and they're the ones that are most likely to win. Now Pride of Dubai here, if you added the 20 to the 29.2, it would still rate as inferior to the run of Sampier, which by the way, when we have a look at it, was a Rose Hill winner coming from fifth at the turn, going the opposite direction to Mile, even though it's being transferred to that Melbourne stable. Okay, if we have a look at a couple of other races here. This is a Caroline Cup, and what we're finding here is we've got horses like Red Excitement as having its first run after a let-up, but if you have a look at last time, it had a let-up here and one after the let-up, so this is the way they're managing that horse. So for Red Excitement, I would actually go in here, and you'll see in the form here on the GTX program that I'm using on this occasion, I can see down here there's the 20-point penalty, and I can simply reverse that by pressing the button, and I'll keep going until it gets to 0. Okay, so I've applied penalties for the majority of horses. When I look at Big Memory, for example, if we're looking down here, it's got a 20-point penalty. Once again, it's for having a spell. Okey-doke. But when we have a look back here, the rating that we're using is the one when it was first up from the spell last time. So it's fair enough that it could possibly repeat that. So we'll take the 20-point penalty away from that one too. And this is going to make a dramatic change to how these horses are rated, as you can imagine. But this is the amount of detail and work we go to make sure that when we get the ratings, they're the best they can be. If we look now at Smoke and Joey, we can see that the reason that this horse has a 20-point penalty is more along these lines. It only has a 13% strike rate. Now, on a Saturday Metropolitan race, anything with less than a 15% win strike rate gets a 20-point penalty. So there we go. I mean, if that figure was, say, 14.8 or something like that, the computer says, okay, a 20-point penalty. At 14.8, I guess I might reverse the penalty. Anyway, so what we can see, this is how we do it. So now we find out that Red Excitement and Big Memory become the top-rated horses. And it's probably just as well, because if we look at Amorino, you can see this horse has failed to reproduce its best form from its last preparation. That's not to say that it may not pick up as we go down the line, but for now, we end up with Red Excitement on top. It is the morning line favourite, and therefore it probably is likely to win, given that it's had the same treatment as for previous runs. And I particularly like Mark Zahra as a jockey. He's absolutely on fire at the moment. So good luck for tomorrow at Caulfield. That is probably the last leg of the early quaddy. An interesting innovation, but I don't think the pools at this stage justify the investment that you have to make on those particular races. So good luck for Caulfield and the Autumn Carnival.